Thank you so much to the organizers, Dr. Ha and anyone else involved for the opportunity to present here today and hear some amazing, inspiring stories. As I was hearing you, I could literally visualize my son standing here and talking about his story if he had to tell one. I'd like to start about, I'd like to start by how I came to Toledo. Like every immigrant, my journey has been of both challenge and hope. I came to the United States in 2000 with my husband and 2 sons, fully expecting to return back to India after 2 years. This picture here is as we stepped out of the plane, and my husband was there to take a picture for us. My husband, a colonel in the Indian Army, had come on a 2-year leave to pursue a PhD in mechanical engineering at the University of Akron. Once here, I joined him as a student as well, enrolling in a master's program in family and consumer sciences. Those 2 years as graduate students changed everything. We began to see opportunities for our children that made us reconsider what home would be like. In 2002, my husband returned to India due to his military service, and I was hired as a middle school teacher by Toledo Public Schools. I moved to Toledo with my 2 boys alone in a new city with very little support and no prior experience for working in this country. The next 5 years as a single mom with 2 teenage boys were extremely challenging. My days were packed with my work commitments, driving my children from one activity to another, learning ways of working in a new country, and completing endless immigration paperwork. My ability to stay in this country depended on my job and my visa. Every summer, I traveled back to see my husband and family, and I worried if I would be able to return. And that's a picture of my boys and all the activities. In 2007, my husband was finally able to join us, and we began to rebuild our lives together here in Toledo. It took us 15 years to go from work visa to green card and finally to citizenship, but every step was worth it. And we got our citizenship right here in the library in 2000. Presently, I serve as the assistant principal in a highly ranked magnet high school, where I have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of many students. My husband runs a home care agency, a stark contrast from his previous engineering career in the Army, where he serves the community by providing care to seniors and employment to many. Our sons, who were once the reason we took this leap of faith, are now successful engineers. One running his own company in software, and the other one working in a leading healthcare management company. Recently, we also celebrated another joyful milestone as our older son got married, welcoming a wonderful daughter-in-law into our family. And that's their picture from the Indian wedding and the Christian wedding both. Today, when I look back, I see how much this journey and its challenges has shaped my Asian American identity. I am deeply rooted in my Indian heritage, but I'm equally shaped by my American experience. Raising a family here meant constantly balancing 2 cultures. We wanted our children to take pride in their heritage, while also feeling fully at home in America. At home, we preserved our Indian heritage through language, traditions, festival, and foods. Outside, however, we were all learning how to navigate the new cultural landscape. Our boys tried to fit into the American classroom and social life by adopting the American accent and eating non-Indian foods. Over time, they adapted remarkably well, learning well to move between the 2 worlds, switching accents when they were at home and when they were with their friends. This helped them gain confidence, fit in, and excel in school in various fields: science and research, debate, swimming, tennis, etc. For me, being possibly the only Indian immigrant teacher in a large urban school district often felt isolating in the first few years. Simple things like introducing myself became moments of adjustment. My name shifted from Vandita to Vendita to fit the American era. I often found myself explaining my background and answering curious questions about India, like when the 7th grader asked me if we rode in elephants to school. You know what my answer was? I said, we just parked them outside. During those years, I received tremendous support from the school's staff and students. The picture of my students working together on a large project up here beautifully captures the sense of connection and belonging we built with one another. While I taught them English and family and consumer sciences, they helped me understand American culture and yes, even change my pronunciation so my 7th graders wouldn't laugh at me. At first, these experiences felt isolating. Over time, however, I began to see these moments as opportunities to share my story and foster understanding about cultural differences. I started presenting about India each year during the 7th grade unit, bringing traditional clothing and food, and doing cooking demonstrations to explain Indian spices and cuisine. This picture over here shows the 7th grade teachers all dressed in Indian outfits when I did a presentation. As an English teacher, I explained how differences in pronunciation and meaning can affect understanding. And I'm drawing this from my own experience. The word gum in the US means a chewy sweet, while in India, gum is derived from the word gond and refers to glue. I personally recall as a graduate student asking for gum and my professor not having an idea of what I was talking about. Over the years, I expanded my work beyond the classroom by presenting on various aspects of India at state and national conferences, including serving as a keynote speaker as shown in the pictures above. I also taught a course on Indian textile arts at the University of Akron. As you can see, the staff and students enjoyed wearing Indian outfits and dressing in Indian attire. I believe that by sharing my culture, I enriched not only my own life, but the broader community. I began focusing on building bridges between cultures and communities in Toledo and beyond. My involvement with Toledo's Sister Cities International allowed me to further expand on my cultural exchange. I first represented India at Sister Cities festivals by sharing music and then helped create a partnership with the city of Coburg in Germany. It's one of Toledo's sister city. The partnership grew into an exchange program that included traveling with the mayor's delegation to formalize the collaboration. What began as a personal connection became a meaningful bridge for cultural exchange and global understanding between the students in both countries. None of my efforts to share our culture and adapt here would have been possible without the Hindu Temple of Toledo. The temple has been the cornerstone of our religious, cultural, and social life, helping us build community and share traditions more widely. For over 25 years, I've performed and organized music events and taught Indian classical music to adults and children, many of them born here, using music as a way to pass our culture, language, traditions to the next generation. To me, this is what the American dream looks like. It's not just about personal success, but the ability to grow, contribute, and give back. What began as a journey marked by isolation in a new unknown country for me has grown into one of connection, purpose, and belonging. Toledo is where I learned that belonging isn't about choosing one's identity, it's about embracing all of them. And it is the place where my story continues to grow. Thank you so much.